you are rather beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. Big floating balls in the water. Put that on a billboard. Old fuster like me. Well, good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. And once again, welcome back to Scotland. And something tells me that over the next couple of days, this vlog's going to mainly be about the chase. Well guys, I think we're losing the battle outrunning the rain. The autumn colours though, driving sort of north of Oban and then starting to pull east. Oh my giddy aunt. But yeah, I think we're literally on the cusp of that weather kind of pushing through. So I'm about 10 minutes away from the Green Welly stop, which I'm sure those of you who've been to this area are very familiar with. Great little place. I think you can stay overnight still. I think it's like a £6 charge or something, but they do have showers and they have sort of fresh water and various bits and pieces. It's a very popular place if you're doing the West Highland Way to stop. I'll link my little West Highland Way adventure up here. But the colours have been phenomenal. Just, oh, we're literally on that cusp of rain coming through. So I'm going to push on. They've actually made this car park as well paid for. You know, for years we were coming here and we'd be able to pull in and no charges whatsoever, but I see they're now charging, it's only £3 all day or £1 for the first hour. But I've just pulled in just in case that rain wasn't going to hit, but no. And it's beautiful to be back amongst the giants, the mountains again. You know, you kind of leave the coastline, you come through some lovely woodlands, and then all of a sudden you start to see the giants. And we're not even kind of up in Glencoe or anything, a bit further south than that. But Scotland, I know you've been challenging from the weather perspective and various other bits and pieces, but you are rather beautiful. Let's head on down to the Green Welly stop, do a bit of a service update, and probably have some lunch there. But Scotland, your weather is a bit pants.
We were riding high, do you remember? No one will deny. We were invincible, heading for the sky.
The rain, as I said, really does look to be beating me. So I've just got parked up reasonably close to a main road, but I'm pretty sure it'll be quiet enough. Although when I pulled into, obviously over the last week, I've seen very few people, but obviously coming into the Green Welly stop, which is on the main sort of thoroughfare for the tourism route up to sort of from Loch Lomond up to Fort William, it was completely mobbed. But of course Nicola then reminded me that this is the beginning of half term as well, which makes me a little bit concerned about my plans for the next couple of days, because I think where I'm going to is one of the best places sort of in Scotland for seeing the autumn colours. And tomorrow's Sunday, and of course Monday, kids are off as well. So anyway, well, I'm going to retire back to the van. I'm pretty sure that this is the rain in for the rest of today. I'm hoping that the next couple of days will be a little bit dry. I'm about an hour or so away from where I want to be. Maybe get to explore this area as well before we head off, but fingers crossed that rain does what it said it's going to do and dry up mostly for tomorrow and Monday. Anyway guys, an afternoon and evening in the van. Catch up in the morning. So this morning I've left that area and I've started to drive east. Now things started out pretty wet, but then we started to get a little bit of light. And then it was a case of trying to find the closest little lay-by park up known to man, running outside and trying to grab a couple of images of some of the light and even the odd rainbow or two as well.
I dare you dig a little deeper.
And then I've come across to the falls of Dochart. I'll put the name up here. We probably have been this way before, but a lot of it is kind of quite new to me, so maybe we haven't. And it's really beautiful, and it's a slightly slower route that I sort of was going to take. But then again, I wouldn't have seen sort of the area here as well. But I'm just going to grab myself a coffee, hit the road, carry on driving east, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get more dry conditions than wet. So let's get that coffee on the go and let's get moving. Scotland though. She's absolutely beautiful.
Can you hear it whisper? It goes by so slow, like a solitary drifter. How dare you run a little faster? One step, you are on your way now. Embrace all your weakness, therein lies the secret. The water's never gonna drain out.
So I brought myself along to Fascali Woods. Been here a couple of years ago, well, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And lovely autumnal colours. Now, I'm going to be staying tonight in Alberfeldy. And of course, couple of the really popular areas for... Oh look, it's raining. It's actually raining lots of leaves as well. The Birks of Alberfeldy and the Hermitage, two really popular areas for people to go for autumnal walks and autumnal photography. So I thought I'd come up to Fascali Woods, which might be a little bit quieter. Load of old balls. So it looks like they turned this place into what they call the Enchanted Wood, cashing in on autumn. You can't park here after about 4 o'clock. And then they bus you in, charge you for it, I'm sure, and light the whole place up. I guess it's probably quite nice, especially for the kids. But a bit frustrating for me because a lot of the places that I was hoping to maybe do some photography, there's like big floating balls in the water. We'll go for a nice dander around, seize what we can seize, which at the moment, yeah, I mean, gorgeous reflections and everything over here, but there just seems to be lots of man-made objects. Obviously for the light show later on. Allegro's tunnel where light and sound play. Harmonious beams dance with nature's delight, leading travellers through this enchanted night. I just want to take a picture of it without anything like silver balls and plastic frogs in it. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Grumpy old man. You know what? When I first arrived here, the mindset just went, oh, look at it, they've covered it in man-made stuff, and I can't take images because there's all this plastic stuff around and the light show for later on. But it's good just to remind yourself that, yeah, okay, there is lots of man-made stuff kicking around, and I'm sure later on this evening that's going to bring a lot of joy and happiness to a lot of other families and kids who are out here. But just getting out into the woods, for me anyway, the woods, the coast, the hills, with or without the camera, good for the mind, body and soul. And it is beautiful. And I am managing to, not to bore you with, because of course we keep the photography stuff for Photo Fridays, I am managing to pick out little pockets with a slightly longer lens. Little pockets of colour, little pockets of mood, little pockets of happiness. Put that on a billboard, and actually quite a good case in point. There was another photographer who's actually come up from Kent to do some autumnal photography in this area and some of the other sort of places close by. And probably just out of shot, but over here there's a little boathouse, and this boathouse is probably what made this area, this forest, quite famous during autumn, because the boathouse has got some of the most fantastic colour. But today, on the right hand side of the boathouse, you've got those big silver plastic balls, and on the left hand side you've got lots of the speakers and things. So he said he did one lap of the lake, and then he was like, well, I couldn't get the boathouse, so we're out of here, we're gone. Unfortunately, a lot of photographers kind of can be like that, where they have a certain idea of a photograph in mind. It doesn't come to fruition, and it unfortunately ruins the experience, whereas old fuster like me, I can just kind of go, you know what, it's not what I expected, but it's still really, really beautiful to be out and about and just take my time walking along. So anyway, I'll try not to drone on too much about photography. It's beautiful though, really, really nice. And actually, I bet you actually, in fact, Nicola would probably really enjoy this here, the light show later on this evening. But yeah, good stuff. Fascali Forest. It's probably something that's just on, I assume, in the autumn. Could be wrong about that. It's called the Enchanted Forest if you want to look it up. Right, let's wander on. Oh, hang on. Gotta take you with me.
So slow, like a solitary drifter. How dare you run a little faster? One step, you are on your way now. Embrace all.
Well, this is all rather nice. Autumn has absolutely exploded here in Scotland. This little path that I'm on right now, I'm not going all the way, but this little path right now leads to Killiecrankie. What a fantastic name. It's worth moving there just so at some point you've got your name on an address. 14 Bonkers Lane, Killiecrankie. Sounds like a children's TV programme. But yeah, this has been beautiful, really, really nice. I can start to hear they're practicing the music. They're tuning up ready for the light show and music show tonight, so it might soon be my time to leave. But it's been really lovely just to wander around here. Really, really nice and peaceful. Actually, much more peaceful now that I've brought myself out of the main Falscally, I think it's called, forest. Carry on wandering around the loch. The van's parked up there somewhere. I can start to feel the need for some lunch. A little nod to Nicola there, talking about my stomach. Just wander on. Beautiful though, isn't it? Stunning. Even though it is only about 3 o'clock, the best of the light, any light we had, has completely gone. So I brought myself back to my parker for the night. I'm actually using the little stay the night scheme in Alberfeldy Riverside. It's 12 quid a night, and you get access to toilets, showers, park up. We're about a mile away from Alberfeldy, so I'm going to wander into the little village later on, maybe watch the football. I'm actually listening to the Man U game at the moment. And yeah, well, that was quite nice. More exploration to be done tomorrow. I'm pretty shattered, mind you. It's been a long, long day, and I haven't eaten anything all day, so we'll sit in here, listen to the match, get some afternoon lunchy-munchy stuff, and then I guess we will catch up tomorrow. See you then. Well, good morning, guys. A really pleasant night in that little Tay sort of hub. 12 quid overnight parking. Now, that includes 24 hours access to the toilets, and then the showers only open when the hub's open, but that opened at 9 o'clock, so lovely hot shower. Just be aware that what's not included in the price is chemical toilet emptying. That's an extra couple of quid if you want to empty your loo. I'm not sure how much it was. It's locked and you have to pay for that. And then I've driven over back into Alberfeldy to come and have a bit of a wander through the Birks. Now, I ended up going to park up in the Birks car park, but it's very small. It's got a height barrier, big hill. So I've ended up just bringing the van back down. Free car park in Alberfeldy. And now I think in total the path's about 3 miles or so. So I'm going to have a wander around the Birks, see whether I can maybe do some photography, which I may put up on the Photo Fridays. Watch this space. And yeah, bit of an overcast dreich day, but hey, lovely to be out in the autumn colours at the Birks of Alberfeldy. Let's go and explore.
Narrow streets and dusty roads I've lingered on for far too
Yeah, so this
long.
was the car park that I was going to park in. Quite small, as you can see. And then a height barrier, although the council have just turned up and they're now opening the height barrier, so maybe I could have snuck in behind them. But to be honest, it's about a 10-minute walk to this spot. So yeah, I would advise you for coming here in a van, parking that free car park, and then you actually get to do the whole walk. Obviously, if you've got a lower van, then you probably could get right up here. Right, let's carry on exploring the Birks. Really beautiful though, really intense colours. And yes, I have decided to make a photo vlog, so that will be appearing on the channel in due course. Whew. It's a long way down. For once, I'm going to listen to the health and safety. It's absolutely stunning though. As a photographer, I'm having an absolute ball, but even just being out amongst this here is just incredible. Just, if you can, although by the time this comes out, autumn will have well and truly passed, but get yourself in the next couple of days out into a woodland somewhere. if you can. Even though by the time this comes out, it says it's going to be winter, probably lots of the trees, if not all of them, will have lost their leaves. Good for the soul. Good for the soul, man. Really nice. But yeah, that's a long way down.
Take me out
Coming?
to roam the world again. Take me out to roam the world. Na 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 na.
Just stunning. Actually just met a old chap walking around, and he was just waxing lyrical about the colours, and I could almost tell from his tone that he was very passionate and also quite emotional about it. And then he sort of said as he was walking away, you know, he'd come up a reasonable distance to see the colours. And he said at 80 they're trying to take his driving licence away from him. It might be the last time he gets to come to a place like this. You don't really consider things like that. I guess as you're getting a little bit older, maybe you do. But he was obviously having a very good day. And hopefully they don't take his driving licence off him. I hope he's a very safe and conscientious driver, and he can come back for many years to come. Looked pretty fit actually, because I mean he was coming back down again, but it's been all uphill so far. So, oh, my day just got even better because Eric Ten Hag just got sacked by Man United. About time. Right, well that's me across the river. Start heading back down again. And what's been really nice about the walk is I think you're going to get two different perspectives, because on the side that I come up, you can hear the birks, you can hear the water, but you're so high you don't really get to see too much of it. Whereas it looks as though I was able to see some people walking. I think on the right hand side as we're walking down, we might actually be able to get some views of some of the water. And obviously just crossed, I think this is probably the highest waterfall here. It's been beautiful, stunning colours. And I say, really good to see loads of people out enjoying it. But looks like we have a little bit of an up, and then it should be all downhill from here. Sounds like Man U season.
Take me out to roam the world. Take me out to roam the world again. Take me out. Na 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 na
Well guys, good morning, and a slightly less picturesque park up last night. This is actually the Teith of Perthshire. It's beside quite a busy main road, but free overnight parking, and I was able to go into the little cafe this morning and grab a coffee and do a couple of hours work. Now I'm due to pick up Nicola later on today, but as usual with public transport in the UK, her trains from Cambridge are completely screwed up, so we're having to kind of make alternative arrangements and faff about and all that jive. Anyway, yesterday was absolutely stunning. Loved walking about the woodland. Unfortunately, the weather beat me for going to any other locations, and it was a pretty rainy night, but quite light sleep. And now going south, leaving the autumn colours behind me. I'm sure I'll probably see some more beautiful colours as we head down. A day like today, mind you, blue sky day, not the best for doing woodland photography. So at least it's a nice day to drive, not necessarily a nice day to make images. Just very quickly though, last week whenever I was over in Easdale, I talked about a couple of things. Firstly, I was walking on all this slate and talking about, I'm sure that's got something to do with the island. Apparently the World Skimming Championships are held there every September. Who knew? Fantastic. And then the little Puffer bar, randomly, or not so randomly, maybe Google is listening to me, it threw up a story about the couple who actually bought the little pub on Puffer, and basically on a Thursday and Saturday they're open during the winter months, just the pub, During the summer, they're open for main meals, but also New Year's Eve or Hogmanay and New Year's Eve sound fantastic. You basically go over there on New Year's Eve. I think the boats then stop for a couple of days. You're on there. On New Year's Day, I think the whole village gets together and plays football and then goes for a dip and has a big old party. So there's something for the bucket list. New Year's Eve on Easdale. Fantastic. Right, well, I'm going to get going. A couple of hours drive, pick up Nicola, and she's already given me instructions of what to buy because she's hungry. Right, let's get going. But yeah, if you're in this area, in Perthshire area, the Taith of Perthshire, good place to stop over. Nice little shop. If you imagine the Green Welly stop, but a smaller version. Not bad prices as well. So anyway, let's get going. Well guys, yes, 10 months on the road and I've made it back to Ireland. And in fact, been here for just over a week. Went to a wedding, one of our friend's sons and his fiance got married yesterday. Very nice day it was too. And here I am, back on West Strand. So I'm going to be in Ireland now for the next couple of weeks. Don't really have much of a plan, but as usual, we'll take you along for the ride. I hope you've enjoyed Scotland as well. It really, really was beautiful. Really sorry I didn't get longer to explore the autumnal colours, but hey, it reminds me of just how much I love Scotland. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna go grab myself some lunch, make a plan for Ireland. But once again, thanks a lot for following along, and until... Oh yeah.
I'm back.
Look who's back. Until next time, guys, take care. Are we going to get a wave? Bye-bye.